Ashton United TV, joined with manager Steve Cunningham after the 2-1 defeat here to Warrington Town. Two relatively quick goals from Warrington Town proved just a bit too much for the Robins today.
Yeah, tough one to take that. I think we was very much in the game all game. First half, thought we controlled it quite well. Limited them to very little, especially at their home ground. They're a tough team here. They've not lost a game all season here, so even though people have questioned the start and you look at where they were in the league table, the home form has been very good. So, you know, congrats to Cards and the team. It was a tough one for us because I felt like first half we was quite, comfortable. We was in control of the game. We've obviously had a bit of a setback with Sam Baird going off in the warm-up, so all your team talk and your plans have just gone right out the window. and then you having to change absolutely everything. Al Burns had to go right back, who I thought was outstanding today at right back. You're asking your midfield to all change the roles, and but we adapted really well, so I don't think that actually hampered us too much. I thought we did really well first half. Second half, we started the second half a little bit slower than we would have liked. They probably came out the traps and had a couple little warning signs. Then we got back in the game, and then the number of opportunities that we got in good areas but just lacked any real quality to really go and get ahead. And then the one threat that they did have, which we knew about, the 10, he's on fire at the minute and he's popped off the line. We've not closed him down, which we've done all game, so I don't think he's touched the ball all game really. Yeah. And he's hit an absolute wonder strike, and sometimes you've got to hold your hands up and say it's a great strike, but for us we've got to close that down like we did all game. So it's the one moment we switched off, and then the second goal we switched off again in the bottom corner with Luca Navarro and Al Burn, and then it's a deflective cross and it's gone in, and you're looking at that and going, I certainly don't think we should have been 2-0 down at any point in the game. And then I feel like we've rallied around, we've huffed and puffed, we've got back in the game with a second goal in 2 games for Enoch, who's done really well considering he was getting, abuse, not like bad abuse, but more banter stuff really, which you don't mind. He's got to expect that. I thought he played with such a calm head today, considering what it could have been. And then we really pushed on, and considering we were 2-1 down, there was only one team looking like they were going to go and get a winner. We've had numerous opportunities to go and deliver. We've flashed 6-7 balls across the box, just couldn't fall for us, or it was a bit of poor quality and not finishing it. So, if you're going to give a team a 2-goal start in the second half, you're making it difficult. So, can't fault the lads' effort. It's a tough one to take for us, but we'll certainly bounce back on that.
Yeah, you touched on Enoch there with second goal in 2 games, but I thought down the right hand side I think was where the Robins caused a lot of threats today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Al Burn, he's one of the best in the league for that, but unfortunately we've had to play him a little bit deeper because you look at the bench, we had 4 subs. We couldn't even put Louis White on. He was there on name, but it was more just to get him back involved in the lads because he's still a week away. You're then looking at it and going the right hand side. I thought Darius was excellent with his work rate. I thought he not cuffed and puffed and did really well up front on his own for large parts. But yeah, I think overall, everyone's deflated in there. They're all arguing, and I understand why, because we've set some standards and we know what we want to try and achieve. And when you lose, you drop points. You're always looking at a finger point. But honestly, when we look back at the game, I don't think we deserve to lose the game. I'm not saying we deserve to go and win it, but I certainly don't think we deserve to lose. But we have done, and you just have to bounce back and take the positives. There were some really good performances. There were some poor moments in the game where we've switched off for 2 goals, We've been punished. And we'll look back at them and then hopefully rectify that for the next game.
Yeah, speaking of the next game, you've off the back of 2 wins in a row, defeat here, but a positive performance to take into Cleethorpes on Saturday.
Yeah, very much so. It's typical though. We're starting to get people back, and then another 2. Sean Newton's out, Sam Baird's out, and we just can't seem to get our strongest consistency of team out. Because you're asking people who've been out of the game for a while to come back in and then try and perform at a level without having any minutes in the leg. So yeah, hard luck story, but we roll with it, and that's what it is. We've got good lads coming in. We're going to have to look at maybe a couple in for centre halves because we've got none, but no centre halves at the football club as it stands. So yeah, obviously we're going to have to lick our wounds. We'll train on Thursday. Cleethorpes, strong outfit. We know Brad Abbott, who's there, who's captain. He was a former player for me, so I'm looking forward to seeing Brad. But yeah, it's an opportunity at home. We build on tonight, and then we'll try and set up another little